Okay, good evening everyone. Welcome to Tallaght Stadium in Dublin, Ireland for tonight's Champions League second qualifying round between Shamrock Rovers FC and FK Cranas. Kick-off in just over 10 minutes here. Don't worry, I won't be doing the commentary. Right, so we'll go through the teams again, and I promise I'll screw up the pronunciations of the players' names. We'll go through Shamrock Rovers first of all. Number 1, Oscar Janssen. 6, Stephen Price. 15, Killian Brennan. 4, Craig Sibes. 27, Pat Sullivan. 3 is Connor Powell. 21, Ronan Finn. Ken O'Man wears number 5. 7 is Gary McCabe. 16, Daryl Kavanagh. And 9, Gary Twigg. So substitutes then for Rovers: Rayad Pearce, number 30, Gary O'Neill, number 10. 18 is Chris Turner. 8, Stephen O'Donnell. 22, Conor McCormick. Billy Dennehy starting on the bench this evening wearing number 20, and 23 is Colin Hawkins. FK Cranas, here we go. 21, Emilius Zuas. Number 4, Yanni Ordinov. 78, Mantas Samusiovas. 20, Ignas Dedora. Number 5, Vaitautas Lushka. Great, people are just listening to me now. Number 10, Aurimas Kuchis. 77, Giedrus Tomkevicius. 31, Marko Andelkovic. 70, Aromeas Vertelis. 19, Ejijus Varnas. And 18, Zilvinas Kimantas. Okay, the team sheet is wrong. This is LUKSA for a number 5 here. But Lushka. Right. Anyway, the substitutes. The last time I get to do this. Number 12, Tades Kaunuches. 3, Danius Glevetkas. 93, Edvinas Girdvanis. 23, Dovidas Morvilas. Number 9, Arnas Ribokas. 8, Vitalius Kavaliukas. And 11, Atadis Markevicius. I hope that makes sense to the Lithuanians listening anyway. The referee then this evening from Finland, Matthias Gestranius. I gotta listen to how Paul Doolan pronounces those names now. They should be entertaining. So the crowd coming in now. Main stand looks reasonably full, it must be said. And I suppose on the east stand probably third half full. So yeah, we're probably around the 4,000 to mark at a guess at the attendance. Having a look down to our left here, see quite a few people and quite a few Lithuanian flags. So yeah, at least a couple of hundred of FK Cranas supporters here. Now whether they've travelled over from Lithuania or whether they're living here, we don't know. They're very welcome anyway. So the pitch is in reasonably good condition. There was an American football game here last weekend, so they've had to do quite a lot of work to make it as good as it is this evening. Weather-wise, it's been an unusually nice day in Dublin. We've had a terrible summer so far of rain, but today has actually been warm and sunny. So great evening for football. And so people still streaming into the ground. That's pretty normal here. There is a bar just across the road after all. And lots of fans still coming in at the away end as well. So I'd imagine there was quite a bit of fun over in the Maldron before kick-off. FK Akranis losing a couple of their key players during the week, or perhaps the week before, so that would, you think, would give Shamrock Rovers an advantage. However, Shamrock Rovers' form hasn't been great of late, so it'll be interesting to see how it pans out. Teams coming out onto the pitch now. I'll hand you over to Paul O'Donoghue for the commentary, and I'll talk to you at half-time. Enjoy the game.
Hey everyone, welcome along to Tala for tonight's Champions League second qualifying round, first leg between Shamrock Rovers and FC Akranis. Crowd still starting to drift in. Albert's just racing on it through the team, so no need for me to do that. I'll straight off apologise to any people from Lithuania for my pronunciation of the Akranis players. It'll take me a while to know who's who and to get the pronunciation right, so bear with me. It is a free service, I don't get paid for doing this. So lots of colour in the East Stand. Some couple of disappointing results for Rovers recently, and they'll be looking to bounce back off that and hoping that this will be a springboard for the rest of their season. They can get a good result here and take that into the game next week and then into the rest of the season. Obviously, we have a game against Bray here in Tala in the league in between. So, be interested to see if Rovers go out as a 4-5-1 or as a straight 4-4-2. Looking at initially, it looks like it's maybe going to be a 4-5-1. Ken O'Man, the captain here for Rovers, with the Akranis captain, number 20, which is Ignace Dedura. So we're just going to go through the toss to see which way we're playing as the Champions League music plays around Tala. That's something that we hope we get used to here and get to hear maybe at least one more time again this season. So the normal pre-match formalities of photographs being taken and referee and his officials having his it's good to see Paddy Flanley's kids all the way from Alabama here as mascots tonight. I'm sure their uncle Enda is watching in Rome with great pride. So it is going to be Akranis to tip off here, playing into the car park end. So, as I said, it looks like it does look like a straight 4-4-2 with Killian Brennan and maybe Cavan is going to be there. Well, let's see what way the game settles and see what way it goes. Gary Twigg giving the team one last G up before they get going. So, a good away support here for Akranis tonight. Not too sure how many travel and or how many have come just from the local Lithuanian community here in Dublin. So, just waiting for the referee to blow his whistle here. Referee checking with everybody. So still markings on the pitch here from the American football game. That was on crazy. And the referee blows his whistle and we're off here with number 21. And the Oliver making a run straight away, but his ball goes straight to Pat Sullivan. Sullivan plays it forward, but it's cut out by Coix. And the ball out to the wing, and it's back in with Kuyks under pressure plays it out to Jordanov. Ball forward, comes off the Rovers player, and it will be thrown into Akranis with Jordanov to take it. Ball played forward. Sivez beaten in the air, but Sullivan gets a foot into it and clears it long down the pitch towards Gary Twig. Number 78, Samus Ives comes out and clears it long, but it goes straight out for Rovers throw in. Once again, I will apologise for my pronunciation of the Kranas players' names. It's actually going to be a free kick. Oscar Janssen got to come out and take it. It must have been offside. So Janssen to take the free kick from just outside his own box in front of the east stand. Long down towards, looking for Gary Twig, but it's gone straight out of play. It's greeted applause from the far end. So throw in to Akranis to be taken by Jordanov, the number 4. His flick on is won by Ken O'Mant into Gary Twig. Twig can't quite get his head to it, and it'll go straight back to the goalkeeper, Zubas, who can get it out quickly to Dodura, the number 20, who knocks it back to him. Not the most convincing of pass backs. Dodura forced to clear long this time. Down towards Connor Powell. Connor Powell wins well in the air. Drops into the midfield, but it'll come back to Powell, who can knock it on towards Brennan. Brennan beaten in the air. And the ball comes out off a Rovers player, and it's going to be a Kranis throw in just in front of the Rovers dugout in front of us at the west stand here. It's number 5, Luxa, who's going to take it. Looking for movement up in front of him. It was a foul throw by Luxa, and it's going to go Rovers' way now. Powell takes it quickly to Rice, who's good touches first, and gets to Powell, who can get it back to Oman. Oman to Craig Sivez. The midfield is pushed on, but Rice is still there. Has Connor Powell outside him. Gary McCabe comes inside. So Powell has to go back to Ken Oman, who can take a touch, has a bit of time now. Going to look for the run of Gary Twig. Twig flicks it on. It was a good flick on by Gary Twig for McCabe, but McCabe hadn't quite read it. And the Akranis player can just watch it, let it go out for the throw in. Goes long. Won by Stephen Rice. Good work by Rice. Now faced with 3 Akranis players, but the ball broke to Gary McCabe, and McCabe was fouled by Andelkovic. So it's going to be a free into Rovers here. It's McCabe and Killian Brennan standing over it. So I hope Oman and Sivez move forward as McCabe leaves it for Killian Brennan to take with his left foot. Good position to get a good delivery in here. And it's a decent ball in. Oh, but it's well cleared. Drops to Kavanagh at the back post. Kavanagh's first touch is good. He's forced back inside. Looks to bend one, but it's wide at the far post. Unlucky by Kavanagh. He did the right thing. It was a good ball in. But it was the Kranis player got the head to it, but he could only flick it back across his own goal. It came to Kavanagh. Kavanagh brought the ball out, cut back inside, tried to bend it with his left foot, but it was never going to trouble Zubas in the Kranis goal. So it looks as if Akranis are going to try play it short when they can, but that was cut out, so Zubas will go long. Ken O'Man wins that well in the air, drops into Ronan Finn. Ronan Finn, it pops up on him and he has to try control. He can get it to Connor Powell. Connor Powell's tackle goes forward. Brendan knocks it, looking for Gary McCabe, and there's a chance for Gary McCabe. He's away down the left here. If he can get a good touch on this, needs to be strong. And that was a foul, I believe, on Gary McCabe again. And it's going to be another free into Rovers. Further forward, but from a similar kind of position. So another chance for Killian Brennan to put a delivery in here with his left foot. Zubas happy with just one man out there in the wall. O'Maton and Sivez once again forward for this. Good ball in. Oh, but it's well cleared again. Rice gets a foot in. Comes to Kavanagh. Kavanagh into McCabe. Tight. Needs an option here. Can go short to Brennan. Brennan takes a touch and could get it out to Pat Sullivan. Sullivan going to look to play it forward. Looks for the run at Kavanagh, but it's easily cut out by Jordanov. But his header only goes out for the Rovers throw in. So Rovers now camped in the Akranis half here. Sullivan's throw in finds Killian Brennan in the midfield. Hits Gary McCabe's feet. Goes back to Brennan. Brennan to Connor Powell. Powell back to Brennan, who's got a bit of space now to look for the run of Gary Twig, but it was slightly overhit and goes through to Zubas in the Akranis goal. Much better by Rovers. As the long ball forward is flicked on, but will only find Connor Powell, who has to backtrack. Might look to go long with this one. He's closed down and does go long. It's chested down here. Good pressure by Killian Brennan, and it's out off Tom Kavikas. Powell's free throw in finds Killian Brennan. Brennan just knocks it back here to Ken O'Man. Ken O'Man looks for Gary Twig, but he's overhit it, and Akranis have to deal with that, and it's here with Luxa, who plays it forward only as far as Ken O'Man. Ken O'Man into the feet of Stephen Rice, who needs an option, has it in Gary McCabe. McCabe loses out, but Rice will win that back, and well done, Stephen Rice. And once again, it looked like there was a little push there by Luxa, but referee didn't see it that way, and it's gone off Stephen Rice for Akranis throw in. Good pressure by Stephen Rice to come away with the ball there, as Pell once again wins that off the throw in. Flicked on by Brennan to Kavanagh. Kavanagh's going to have to stretch to that. It's a bit of a Gary on there by Jordanov. The header by Oman is won in midfield by Andelkovic. Played across, but Kavanagh can cut that out and find Pat Sullivan. Sullivan's got to look for the run of Gary Twig. It's Samusivas looking to go back to his keeper, which Twig are closed down, and the clearance is good, but it'll only find Pat Sullivan, who loses out here, and it's with Andelkovic, and the break's on, but it's well read by Sivas. You can get it back to Janssen, and Janssen's first touch is excellent. It drops to Jordanov. Jordanov's header will only find Stephen Rice, whose header finds Kavanagh, who can knock it back to Sivas. Sivas takes a touch and looks for an option, has it with Ronan Finn, who has to go back to Sivas, and we'll get it across here to Ken O'Man, who's dropped back to the edge of his 18-yard box and can find Stephen Rice. Rice, little ball into Ronan Finn, who's got space to turn into and has a chance to take it forward. Goes to Brennan, who has Oman. Oman has Powell outside him now. Comes inside to Ronan Finn. Finn's first touch is heavy. You can get it back to Powell. Play down the corner for McCabe, who can turn. And the first chance for Gary McCabe to turn, but he lays it off for Powell. Powell looks to get it into the feet of Kavanagh, but it's well cut out, and it's with Tom Kavikius, who can get it to Coix. And a chance for Akranis maybe to come away with the ball here, but Rovers have numbers back, and they're forced backwards to their centre halves. And it's here with Coix, and it's going to look for the run, and McCabe's been cut out of position. It's a great ball for Luxa, who made the run from right full. McCabe standing him up, and McCabe comes away with the ball. Looks to play it into Connor Powell. It was nearly cut out, but Powell's clearance goes long along the line and out for Kranis throw in. Once again, just in front of us here at the Rovers dugout. It was a good move by Luxa to get in around Gary McCabe, but McCabe did really well. Ball played forward. There was a foul on Connor Powell by number 18, Kai Mantis, and it's going to be free out to Rovers. Connor Powell rubbing his head. If Rovers can... No, Powell's going to leave it to Oscar Janssen. There was a chance maybe to switch the ball. There was a bit of space on the far side for Pat Sullivan, but it's going to be Janssen to go long here with it. Down towards Gary Twig. Twig is beaten in the air, but the header but by the Dora. Is it? So Powell down the line for Finn. Finn controls it well under pressure, but it was a foot in and it came off Ronald Finn last, and it's going to go out for an Akranis goal kick. So once again, it's Sedura looking for it short of the edge of the box, but McCabe hasn't covered, so Zubas is going to have to go along with the goal kick. There's a good bit of height in that the Akranis front line, but it was Ken O'Man across to cover the flick on, and it's once again an Akranis throw in right in front of us here. It's going to be the number 5 look set to take it. Looking for a bit of movement up in front of him, and it's won, but the flick on by number 31, it was Andalkovic, will go straight through to Oscar Janssen. So Oscar is going to bring it out a little bit outside his box and look to play it long. Looking once again for Gary Twig, who's got McKay behind him. Gary controls it well on his chest, but his pass to Powell is poor. But ball forward by Powell. Comes to Brennan. Brennan to Powell. Powell back in here to Brennan. Brennan is going to look for the run around and Finn, but I think he's overhit that. But it came up off the surface well, and it's a Rovers throw in. It looked like Brennan had overhit that, but it popped up straight up back up off the surface and forced the Akranis defender across, who could only put it out for a Rovers throw in here, which Connor Powell is forward to take. There's no one coming short looking for it, so it looks like he's going to have to try put it into the box. Sives and O'Man have stayed forward, but he played it into Brennan. Brennan tried to feed Gary McCabe, but it was too high for McCabe, and it's gone out for an Akranis goal kick. So Zubas with the goal kick. Well won by Ken O'Man. Flicked on by Ronan Finn for Gary Twig. Twig is beaten in the air. Drops in the midfield to Coix, who can get it out to Jordanov on the far side. Jordanov cuts inside and looks to play it through for Kaimantis, but it's well read by Craig Sives, and it's out for Kranis throw in just inside the Rovers half. Jordanov, the left full, is coming forward to take this. Into the feet of Kaimantis. Back to Jordanov. Jordanov plays it forward again. But Daryl Kavanagh can nick in and win that. And he's got Killian Brennan in the midfield. And he's got McCabe outside him. And a chance now for Gary McCabe to get on the ball and run. Powell, who's going to look to go on the overlap, but instead he goes inside to Killian Brennan. A beautiful ball by Killian Brennan for Gary McCabe. And McCabe's inside here. Oh, I think McCabe might get that, but that was much better by Rovers. Beautiful ball by it was by Killian Brennan. The ball was played into him by McCabe. And looking the other way, McCabe, Brennan played a beautiful ball for McCabe to get onto. And just as it broke inside for McCabe, he hesitated, which allowed the Akranis defender to get across. And his tackle came off McCabe and out for the goal kick, which is well won by Ken O'Man as the ball played forward. Both Ronan Finn and Gary McCabe were fouls, so he's pulled it back for the original foul on Ronan Finn, which is right in the centre circle on the halfway line. So Brennan takes it quickly here for Craig Sives, who has Pat Sullivan outside him. Sullivan plays it down the line for Ronan Finn. Good ball. Finn has two Akranis players for company, and it's number 78, who is Samus Yavas, who gets the foot in, and now for Rovers throw in. Pat Sullivan going to take this long one into the box. Sives moves forward. O'Man stays where he is. So chance for a long ball, and it's a great ball in, and it's flicked on, and it'll come to the back post, but it's the Akranis defender who reacts first, but his header will only find Kavanagh here at the far side. Chance for Kavanagh to get a decent ball back in, but once again it's well cleared. And McCabe has let the Akranis player get the wrong side of him, but Brennan recovers and finds Gary McCabe, and that's a really poor tackle by Andalkovic, and that's going to be a yellow card. I think he felt hard done by, because McCabe kind of held him off the ball a little bit. And as the ball broke to Killian Brennan, he reacted and had a little kick in him. And that's resulted in a yellow card and some treatment for Killian Brennan. So the first yellow card of the game goes to the number 31, Marco Andlakovic of Akranis. Hopefully Brennan will recover here because he's been really good for Rovers. His set pieces have been excellent and he's been linking well in the midfield. So Brennan getting a little bit of treatment here. Looks like he's going to be okay. The referee, Matthias Gastananius from Finland. I don't know whether Shane Robinson might know him, but there you go. So it's going to be Gary McCabe to take this with Killian Brennan off for treatment, the fourth official. So it's McCabe here with his right foot. That's a great ball in. Oh, but well read by Zubas to come and collect that. And Akranis stray on the break, but well read by Connor Powell to win that and knock it to McCabe and knock it forward now. Gary McTwiggs in an offside position, so can't challenge for that. But Samus Jovas can get it back to Zubas, who gets it out here to Dodora with a bit of space in front of him to bring it into it. But elects to go back to Zubas. And Zubas once again knocks it to Dodora, so someone needs to close him down here. He knocks it short to Varnas. Varnas goes back into Kuyuks and back to Dodora. Out here to Luxa, who goes back to Dodora. Rovers seem quite happy to left have it here. It's Thomas Kavicius gets on the ball, and once again he knocks it back to Dodora. So Akranis happy to hold possession in their own half, but that's a good long ball forward. But they're forced back again, and it's Luxa here. One played around the corner. It was missed by Tommy Vickers, but Killian Brennan can clear it long, and that hasn't gone out of play. And it's here with Dodora, who can play it inside to Samus Jovas. He's going to look for the angled run for Jordanov, and Jordanov's first touch is poor, and Sullivan can cut it out and find Kavanagh, who was pulled back, and it's going to be a free out to Rovers. It was well read by Pat Sullivan. Good angled ball there, looking for the run of Jordanov. I think he actually tried to play a pass with his first touch, but it was well read by Pat Sullivan, who can cut it out. But we're back on here with Connor Powell, who goes back in here to Stephen Rice and has Craig Sivez. Ball forward looking for Gary Twig. Twig hadn't read the angle of it. Forward Sivez finds Stephen Rice. Oman. And Rice back to Oman. Kind of getting in each other's way, but Rice clears up and finds Sivez. Sivez to Sully. Sully goes back to Oscar. Oscar goes long, but that's going to go straight out of play for an Akranis throw in. Jordanos can watch it there on the far side. Jordanov's long throw is easily read by Sullivan. Flicked on again. And there is a foul there on Andalkovic. And it's going to be a free into Akranis, which it looks like Andalkovic will take himself. So first chance for Akranis to put a delivery into the box. Sending the two tall centre halves forward. And just leaving two at the back with Gary Twig. So, a bit of defending for Rovers to do here. It's a low ball in. It's easily cleared by Ronan Finn. Ronan Finn finds Kavanagh. But Kavanagh's ball back inside is easily cut out. But Ronan Finn is there. And a chance for Gary Twig to put a bit of pressure on Thomas Kevis. And the clearance by Jordanov under pressure from Gary Twig can only go out for a Rovers throw in right just inside the Akranis half here. The referee asking Pat Sullivan just to pull it back a little bit. Looking for a movement up in front of him. Goes short around Finn. Finn to back to Sullivan. Sullivan I think he was trying to get one around the corner for Twig, but good pressure by Gary Twig. Once again, forcing Samasiavas to deal with that. And the ball breaks in midfield here, and a chance maybe for Akranis to break as it comes out here to Luxa. Into the feet of the centre forward, who plays one inside for Thomas Kavicius. But good work by Killian Brennan, who was being fouled by Thomas Kavicius, and wins the free kick, which Stephen Rice can take here to Craig Sivez. Sivez with a bit of space comes here to Ken O'Man. Stephen Rice looking for the ball, but he can go into the feet of Gary McCabe instead. McCabe under pressure loses out, and McCabe, after his initial mistake, cleans up from O'Man's tackle and gets it out to Sullivan, and Sullivan can go back across here to Ken O'Man. Ken O'Man into the feet of Brennan. Brennan under pressure has to go back to O'Man. O'Man can bring the ball forward. His touch isn't great, and that's come off the Akranis player, and it'll be a Rovers throw in right on the halfway line here. Ken O'Man a bit slow getting to his feet. It was a poor touch by him there to take the ball forward, and it was a bang. It looks like a clash of knees between the two players, but there was no foul. But it came off the Akranis player last, and it will be a Rovers throw in. Beautiful. Powell played us down the line for McCabe, who was fouling Luxa, and that is going to be an Akranis free kick, which they switch across. Gary Twig working across to close it down to Sammy Uvias. Good ball into the feet, but it's a poor touch. It's into the Killian Brennan has Gary McCabe outside him. Good ball by Killian Brennan to find McCabe. Chance for McCabe maybe to run. Needs Rovers players to get forward and to get ahead of him. Brennan touches. His pass is slightly under hit for Powell. It was a good idea, but they maybe needed to switch the play. Rovers maybe need one or two players to get ahead. So it's into Varnas, who goes back to Samiovias. Cut down, comes out to Luxa. Good ball into the midfield. Chance for Akranis to break. Stephen Rice across to Kaimantis. And the ball hurriedly played forward by Kjux. Goes straight through to Oscar Janssen. Good pressure by Rovers as Janssen finds Connor Powell here. Connor Powell with a bit of space. Might look to get one, looking for Gary Twig. He's overhit that, but Ronan Finn can put pressure on. It's played forward here and finds Varnas. Varnas, good ball inside for Kjux. Looking for the run of Kaimantis, who stopped and checked his run, which allowed Craig Sivas to get across and put it out for an Akranis throw in. It's Andelkovic who's going to leave it for Luxa to come forward and take. So, foot in by Rice. Forward, looking for Gary Twig. Twig under pressure, but foot in by Brennan. It breaks back to it's Sammy Obvious who plays the ball forward. And it's going to be a corner here to Akranis. It was Sullivan under pressure from Vertilis. And a chance now for both Dodura and Kaim and Sammy Obvious to come forward. It's going to be Andelkovic to take the corner kick from the far side. And it's a low ball in, flicked on, but it comes off a Rovers player and it's out for another corner. It was Cooks who got a head on, but I think it came off Ronan Finn. And it's another Akranis corner kick. So some more defending for Rovers to do here. Another decent ball in, but this time it's Ronan Finn who gets a good connection in, heading on it, clears it long. And Gary Twig's header only finds And ball over the top for Sullivan to deal with. And an acrobatic overhead kick by Pat Sullivan to put it out. He was under pressure there by Vertellis. So it's going to be Jordanov here. Played back to him. Under pressure by Darrell Kavanagh, but does well to hold Kavanagh off and turn away. Needs an option. Plays it inside and a decent strike, but straight at Oscar Janssen. So the first shot in anger by Cukes, and it was well read and well covered by Oscar. So well won by Gary Twig, but it's flicked on in midfield by Tommy Cavillas, and won again there by Kai Mantis. But Craig Sives read that, played forward. Knocked long by Dodura. Well read, but it looks as if Sives has caught Stephen Rice there. It looks like he caught his old player. It was a good challenge. So Rice is going to need some treatment here. But been an entertaining game so far. Rovers have maybe have slightly the better of the territorial end of things. Ekranis have had their a lot of possession, and they probably had maybe the first proper chance on goal through Cooks. But it's going to be a hot ball, which will be knocked back to Oscar Janssen by Vertellis. A bit of fair play. So Oscar going to look to play this young. Once again looking for Gary Twig. Twig wins that, knocks it off for Ronan Finn. And Ronan can get there, but just can't get there in time. And it's throw into Ekranis on the far side. It looked like maybe Ronan might be able to get on that, but instead, it goes out for the throw-in, which Jordanov will take. Looks to get it down the line. Well won by Darrell Kavanagh to find Ronan Finn. Finn to Killian Brennan. Killian Brennan takes a touch and looks to go by a couple of players. Plays the little 1-2 with Ronan Finn, and who looked to return play one with Darrell Kavanagh, but it was cut out. And the ball down the line by Killian for Killian Brennan is a little overhit. Killian stretching, cannot keep it in play. And it is another Ekranis throw-in to be taken by Jordanov. Goes back to Jordanov, who comes into Cukes, who looks like a decent player in that midfield. He holds the ball very well. Well across by Ken O'Man that time to find Pat Sullivan, who's going to look for the run at Gary Twig, but it's slightly overhit and will go straight through to Zubas. It was a good idea by Sullivan. Ekranis had pushed forward and only left two at the back. So a chance for McCabe to maybe close this down, but clear forward by Zubas. Well won by Ken O'Man, but it will come out here to Luxa. Well done, O'Man, who's slightly out of position here. It comes back to Dodura. Dodura taking his time and gets it across to Sammy Awas, who once again comes across to Dodura. Good pressure here by Rovers. Goes long this time, and it's a decent ball, which Lux has been able to get onto. It was a touch that took him inside, and Rovers have maybe stepped off a little bit here. It goes out to Varnas. Varnas faced by McCabe. Goes back to Luxa. Decent ball in towards the back post, but it's overhit. And Kavanagh clears long under pressure from Jordanov. And the header forward by Cukes will drop into Stephen Rice, who finds